Hey you guys. So it's been a while since we've done anything from home. Um, I wanted to talk with you a bit about our experience with Genie Plus and using the lightning lanes, and just our overall day at Magic Kingdom because it was definitely different than what it's been in years past. So we decided since we were gonna do one day at Magic Kingdom that we would go ahead and purchase the Lightning Lane, the Genie Plus thing. We did that because from the research that I had done, Magic Kingdom was the best place to utilize that service. And being it was an additional $15 a person, which was an additional, we'll say $50 because of tax. Um, I wanted to make sure that it was going to be worth it to get our money's worth for something that once upon a time, not long ago, it was free. So I logged in the day that we were going to go to Magic Kingdom. I logged in. I at 7 a.m. I made my selection for the first Lightning Lane pass that I was able to get. I personally tried to select something that was like the earliest in the morning possible. That just happened to be Small World. I didn't think that was terrible because I know sometimes Small World's wait can get pretty long. And I've been seeing that Disney is incredibly busy all day, every day anymore. So I went ahead, selected Small World. Prior to that, though, we were able to watch the Welcome Show. We were able to ride Autopia. And we were able, the girls and Angel rode the teacups while I got coffee and that Cheshire cattail. So that was cool because, bam, we were able to take care of two things prior to even doing the one lightning lane. The line was about 25 minutes, I believe, when we got to Small World. And we essentially walked on. I think we waited for like one boat. And we walked on to the ride. And I thought that that was awesome. I missed that, right? The last few times we've gone, we haven't been able to use fast passes. So this was our first experience with this in a while. And I thought it was awesome. However, I think Small World is like a 5, 6, 7, maybe 10-minute ride. The entire time trying to figure out what was going to be the best use of our time. Meaning, what's going to be the next best lightning lane that we can get that isn't all the way on the other side of the parks and isn't a far off time. Because the rules are you can select your first fast pass or lightning lane at 7 a.m. on the day of your park visit. You have to then wait 2 hours before you can select another fast pass. So you can have a fast pass at 7 and a fast pass at 9 and not have ridden those things your 7 o'clock ride at that point. You know, whatever you chose at 7 a.m. And then you either have to continue waiting those 2 hours or you have to use them. So once you scan, typically when you're going through the lightning lane, you scan your ticket or your magic band first or one time, and then you go down and scan another time. Once you scan that second time, that's when you're able to then start making another selection. Well, if there's nothing like a pre-show or something like that, you then do what I did and end up making or taking your ride time as the time to select your lightning lane. For me, Small World, it wasn't a big deal, but for a lot of people, it would be. When I was on Small World, I then chose to make the lightning lane for Barnstormer. And once we got to Barnstormer, there really wasn't a wait anyways. So we just kind of walked right on, which meant then I was using the time. Immediately after that, we took the kids to the bathroom and sat around for 10 or so minutes while I tried to figure out what the next best thing was going to be. And so I believe we ended up getting the lightning lane then for Haunted Mansion. While we were in line for Haunted Mansion, after I scanned that second time, there was a short wait, 5 minutes or so. I spent that time trying to come up with another lightning lane. Well, at this point, it was approaching lunchtime, maybe 12-ish, and there was nothing available within a reasonable time frame. There was nothing within the next hour or even the next 2 hours. So that was kind of frustrating because my time was getting kind of pushed out. So I said, you know what? It's almost lunchtime. It was 2 hours later we were able to ride. It was 2 hours later we were able to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. I said, great. You know what? Let's figure out some lunch. I'll mobile order something, which you would think was a great idea. I'll mobile order something, and then we will hopefully either be done and at a good time to be able to go ride Pirates or something like that. It's like, awesome. I get to enjoy Haunted Mansion. It's one of my favorites. I spent the whole Haunted Mansion ride trying to mobile order our lunch. And it was frustrating to me because I'm like, man, this is yet another ride. I did not stop on my phone trying to mobile order and figure out something for us and the kids until the ride broke down, which you could, or stopped for a short time for whatever reason, which I kind of showed a little bit of in the part 1 of our Magic Kingdom Day trip. I think that was like the last clip that I threw in there, was that we were broken down. That's when I stopped. That's when I finally said, wow, something cool is happening. I need to pay attention to this. Not that Haunted Mansion's not cool, because like I said, it's my favorite. But I had to stop at that point to look around, and I still had not finished mobile ordering. So finally, I got that done. And we got off the ride. So we had lunch at Pico's Bill, which I didn't show because I actually did that the last time we were at Magic Kingdom. We had Pico's Bill. It just happened to be right there. So that's what we chose to do. And so we had lunch at Pico's Bill, and there was still a lot of time between that and the time for Lightning Lane. Now, my understanding is if it's about 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after your end time, because you only get that 1 hour, you can ride 5 minutes early. This was like 45 minutes early. So we went ahead and watched the Enchanted Tiki Room. We watched that show. And then we were finally able to get on Pirates. And what did I do? Take a guess. Spent all of Pirates trying to find the next best thing. Well, long story short, and what made me really sad was it was still going to be another couple of hours before we were able to ride Big Thunder Mountain. So we said, you know what? There's more on the side of in Tomorrowland that we wanted to ride. Sophia really wanted to do Carousel of Progress. We were going to try and get on Space Mountain. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. So we got over there and rode Carousel of Progress, which was fantastic, although I spent a lot of time trying to figure out my next Lightning Lane for that as well to see if I could swap something out. And then we were really excited because when we got off Carousel of Progress, the Space Mountain was only like a 20-minute wait, right? Why not go stand in line for 20 minutes? That's fine to me. Also, at this time, and I know things have changed a little bit, there was an additional Lightning Lane Plus purchase that you could do for Space Mountain and for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We did not pay extra for either. It's my understanding that Space Mountain is no longer the additional charge on top of the $15 for the Genie Plus. If you paid for that, you could just purchase it separately. But like I said, we did not do that. So it was a 20-minute wait, and we're like, this is awesome. Our luck is turning around. We might be able to get some things done. This is great. Blah, 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 blah. Angel and Sophia waited in line for almost 40 minutes, and the ride broke down. It's like, oh my goodness, we're spending so much time doing all these other things and not actually like enjoying this stuff. So the line broke down. Angel and Sophia ended up sticking it out, waiting. In total, they probably waited almost an hour to ride Space Mountain. It was really important to her when she got in the line to stay in the line, so that's what we did. In the meantime, me and Lily got some ice cream and just hung out for a little while. So we then went back over into Frontierland to ride Big Thunder Mountain. And then at that point, I was able to make another Fast Pass selection, or, oh my goodness, I'm so used to saying Fast Pass. We were then able to make another Lightning Lane pass selection, which was quite a while later. It was not until 7 o'clock. The park this day closed at 8 because they had the Christmas party going on. So that was going to be it. And we also had a dining reservation at 8 o'clock at the Diamond Horseshoe. So we knew that that was probably going to be our last ride unless there was something very nearby that was done and over with quickly. So we had some time. We rode Ariel, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and came out of that with plenty of time. It was like 7:05, and Winnie the Pooh was broke down. Like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Now, also between this time of like walking around, I was constantly checking wait times, constantly in the app, checking wait times to see what we were gonna be able to get on quickly. And throughout the day, there was a couple times where we wanted to get on Ariel or we wanted to get on Pooh or something like that, and they were broken down. So can't ride when the rides are down. And now it came to a head where we not only had a Lightning Lane pass, but also the ride was down. I asked the cast member, what do I do? It is now 7 p.m. Can I change this now? Can I just get a pass for something else? We have dining reservations at 8 o'clock. The park closes at 8 o'clock. We're not going to be able to get on anything else. And he told me, and I don't know how true it is, but he told me that if a ride is broke and you have a Lightning Lane pass, unless your ride time has expired, so in this case it would have been 8 o'clock, they cannot change or give me another pass. I spent money for this pass and now I can't use it. I tried to just throw the stuff over the shoulder, be done with it. I was frustrated, but I tried to move on. And we decided to go ahead and ride People Mover, which had supposedly a 20-minute wait. We were close enough. It's not far in distance. We were close enough to be able to run over there, ride People Mover, which I actually have never been on before. So I was really looking forward to that. The kids were looking forward to that. And it was also going to be our last ride. And it was a short wait time. So we get up there, we waited the whole 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that, get up almost to the front, and the ride breaks down. And I asked the cast member, is this going to be something that might be short? And I understand that they don't know. They're not the engineers, they're not the mechanics, they don't know. It's fine, this is totally nothing against them. But they didn't know how long it was going to be. And they couldn't tell me a time. Okay, that's fine. So we stuck around for a little while to see, and it got to a point where it was getting too late. We had to go to our dining reservations. And we went, and it was a good meal. It was nice. It was stupid me during the fireworks time. However, our server was super sweet, and he told us look, fireworks are starting. Go stand outside. You can see them from the back. Go stand out there and watch the fireworks while you're waiting for your food. That was really kind of him. That was really nice that he did that. I really appreciated that. Lily was not a fan of the fireworks, so her and I didn't stand out there for very long. So I stood out there with Sophia for a little while, and then Angel stood out there with Sophia. And that was very nice. But it was a really stressful day. I understand that Disney, like the rest of the world, is understaffed and overpopulated, and there's all these things going on. I'm thankful to be there. I'm thankful Disney is open. I'm thankful to have been able to have the opportunity to create these memories with our family, especially as kind of like an awesome treat for Sophia winning at nationals. But it was a really after lunch, the day just went downhill, and it was very frustrating for me to miss out on so much because I was constantly looking for short wait times or the next lightning lane or a mobile order or whatever the case may have been. And I even missed out on filming a lot for you guys, which, isn't even just for you guys, it's for us too. It's our memories too. I didn't get to do those things because I'm just scrolling. So I don't like that. I don't like that Disney has turned into a phone in your face fest. I don't like that Disney technology is fantastic in so many ways. But and I like to be able to see that I can walk on a ride that might be a few, ways down the road or whatever the case may be. I like that. But I definitely felt like I also missed out on a lot especially because we've traveled more in the last couple of years than we ever have and probably ever will again. And so the reality is we want to cram in as much as we can because we don't know. Of course, I would love to go to Disney every year. I would love to go to Disney every month or every couple of months. It's just not financially feasible for us. And we live in Indiana, not Florida. So you're talking traveling, etc. But that makes it so we want to catch in as much as we can. And when you want to cram in as much as you can, you do lose out on the magic a bit. And that was kind of sad because I felt like we were rushing, and if we weren't rushing, I had my nose in my phone, which meant I was missing out on things with the kids. So that was definitely some food for thought of how our day went and what we were doing as far as that went, how the things worked, what we were told. I liked the lightning lane. I do wish, however, you already have to make reservations in advance. I don't see why you can't, like you could with the previous fast passes, pick a certain amount of lightning lane choices prior to your trip. It would have been nice. We got to use it, what was that, like 4 times? It would have really have been nice to been able to have selected 3 of those times the day before or the week before or whatever. It doesn't have to be crazy like 60 or 90 days before like it was previously. But it would be nice to be able to do that prior to, so then you get to spend more time with your family and enjoy the magic and the fun than constantly have your nose in your phone looking for the next best thing. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope that this was helpful to you and informative, and be kind to cast members, be kind to those around you, but I hope Disney will look at these things and, not just my suggestions, but the suggestions of others and tweak the system a bit, because obviously it just came out, it needs fixing. So, yeah, I do still suggest the lightning lane if you're trying to get done as much as you can. I suggest a portable charger if you're going to be doing so. I suggest that anyways. But um, yeah, it was a good trip, but it was also a slight bit disappointing. And I don't know. We'll see. We will be going again. I'm not going to sit here and say we're never going back. We are. We will definitely be going back. We are in the process of planning a trip, and we'll just go from there. But I hope this was helpful for you. Do get the Genie Plus if that's what you want. And I wish you the best. Hopefully things don't break down constantly like they did for us. So thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye!